Hey Honu Honi fam, it's Bex here. I just wanted to drop in today to update you all on what we've decided to do going forward with our COVID-19 policy. So off the bat, I do want to say that we are going to require all staff and guests to be fully vaccinated. I'm thrilled to say that all of our staff already are fully vaccinated, which is wonderful. With our guests, I can very much understand if this is upsetting for some people, because obviously it is a personal choice whether to get vaccinated or not. There are three major reasons why I decided that it was important for us to require vaccinations before coming and staying at surf camp. The first one is to do with honouring our local community. So the Surf Coast, which is where we live, where we operate, has the second highest vaccination rate in the state and is one of the top 10 nationally. Something like 95% of residents have got their first shot, and I think sitting around 67% have got their second already. So this is obviously something that's really, really important to the local community, and we had to consider how we fit into the community as a tourism business, and realistically being in line with what the community values is one of the most important things that I've always felt that we can do. So that was part of the reason why. And extending beyond just our local Surf Coast community, we also want to do whatever we can for our broader community, so everyone in the state or the country. And it felt like the best way we could do that was by minimizing as much as is practical or possible for us the risk that we are going to be a hub for the passing of COVID. Obviously it's not something that we can completely prevent in any way, but as much as is possible where we can take preventative steps, we want to be doing that to try and help our hospital staff, make sure that we're not contributing to an overload of issues there. So that was part of the reason as well. The final reason, and just from a really practical point of view, the activities that we do at surf camp are by nature close contact, and it's not possible to wear a mask. So for example, in surf lessons, obviously we can't ask our guests to wear masks in the water, we can't ask our staff to wear masks in the water, and there is some natural social distancing, and there is, we are obviously outside, but for me to give instruction, like for me to teach someone something, I need to be standing very close to them so that they can hear me over the waves. That goes as well if we're teaching something on the beach to a few people. We can't actually spread you out the appropriate distance because then you can't hear what we're saying. So that also actually goes for our meals as well. We're sitting down and eating meals together every day, a few times a day. So we are in a position where we're not wearing masks and we are sitting close together. In those situations, the only protection that we have to offer is to have people vaccinated. I do want to put a little asterisk as well for vaccinations. If you're an individual who cannot be vaccinated for a medical reason, it is just not possible, please reach out and we will see what we can do to work in with that. We understand that there are some conditions that it means that you just cannot. I personally am allergic to a couple of vaccines, so I understand that. So if you fall into that category, please reach out and we will have a discussion about what we can possibly do to accommodate you that keeps everyone as safe as possible still. The other major changes or the major policies that we have for dealing with COVID-19 as we come into a busy summer season. First of all is that we're going to ask everyone to get a COVID test prior to arriving, in the 72 hours prior to arriving. That is staff and guests. And obviously everyone is going to be fully vaccinated anyway, but it's just that little extra easy thing to do to make sure that everyone is as safe as possible. At the moment, that might be a little bit of a pain to have to go out and get tested, depending on the area that you live in and how easy it is to access those tests. But we are seeing the rollout of home testing kits very soon, like I think in the next month or so. So I'm hoping that that will make that much easier to meet that requirement. The last thing that we're doing is just scrapping shared accommodation altogether. So we've always let people share in our beautiful big tents, but with COVID, it's just not worth it. So what we're going to be doing is you can share a tent with your household or your intimate partner when you come down and stay with us, but effectively everyone gets a private tent upgrade. I don't know how long COVID is going to be such a pressing issue for us. I just know that for the foreseeable future, this is going to be something that we need to require to do our part for the community and to do our part to keep our guests, you guys, safe and our staff safe as well. So that's it, team. That is what we've put together to try and make these surf camps as fun and safe as we possibly can. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out, leave us a message, shoot me an email, whatever you need. And hopefully I will see you all at surf camp soon, and sending big love.